Yes, it works. This is good. Welcome back to another one, guys. I'm constantly having to ask my wife, Kelsey, to film, especially if we're in the backyard. Being parents to a wild 4-year-old, it's not always so easy just to step away from the house and go film some stuff. So I just made this sweet selfie pole. You guys can't even see it. So I can do this kind of stuff in the backyard and not be like right up in my face trying to hold the camera. So anyways, I've really been trying to stay strict on these Friday videos. I don't want to miss a week. It's like part of my job. It's my weekly routine. Deliver you guys a Friday video. And last Friday, I missed it. And that's because I had one video planned and we had a hold up. It was a pit bike video and there was a part that showed up wrong, but it doesn't matter. I missed it, so I'm making up for it. By the time you guys see this, I can officially say it's October, which is the month of my Halloween jam. I like to be home as much as I can this time of year. Fall is my favorite time of year, and it's my one time I try to open up my yard for new riders, new locals to come experience it. So Halloween is the time I like to have a big jam, get the yard dialed, and open it up to everybody and let them kind of experience my backyard, besides like my closer locals. But with all that being said, I actually haven't even ridden my yard since last Halloween jam. I take that back. I had one session before the Nashville National. Neat came in and a couple of the Dutch boys were in town, and the place was an absolute wreck. We got out the hardtail, so we were all riding 26s, and we just rode it in pretty much not really worse conditions than it is right now. But it sucks. I just haven't been able to use the yard, and it's kind of a bummer, and that's what I really want to get back to, building the yard and doing old how-to videos like I used to. But yeah, that's a whole nother story. What I want to update you guys on is what we're doing to the yard. The yard is completely overgrown, rutted out. I had a limb from this big tree fall on this lip, which is like the very first lip I ever made, which I can't believe it's still standing. So we got some building to do. And as much as my last rebuild was gonna be my last one for a while, it doesn't work. It's easy for me, but I take for granted that I do this professionally, right? So I build these jumps, I get riders over, and then I realize like riders struggle on like the halfway jump and they can't get all the way through the line. So how I've reworked the yard last time, it turns and it starts to go a little uphill, and the goal behind that was to have my resi, the very last jump, kind of a step up. So you got a big trick jump, big 6.5 foot tall lip, but a small landing. So if you fall, you don't have that far to fall. Well, it doesn't flow well. The younger riders have to land on the second one, pedal for the third, and just hope they can hold speed to the last one. So I don't like that. So I got an area right now that I've been working on clearing. I officially only have about 3 weeks to get this place rideable for the jam, and I'm literally gonna change everything. I'm gonna leave the small jumps. I'm slowly filling them in. Willow getting bigger. I want her to be able to start rolling over those doubles, and there's a learner line. As far as the big jumps, we gotta straighten it out. And fingers crossed this works, because we gotta rework some stuff. So as you can see, I have plenty of work to do, but I'll show you what my plan is. So you drop in, and this S-turn section I built right before the jam last year, and we really like this, and we know it's settled, so I'm actually gonna not even touch this section. Jump number 2 after the shark fin, I'm gonna back this lip up. The landing is sitting on an old tree I cut down. I'm actually gonna push the lip back to that tree. I'm gonna back the landing up. That way it closes in that little gap that I have between jump 2 and 3. And you got kind of room to take a pedal. I wanna eliminate that. I wanna speed up this section. So I'm gonna make the second jump slightly bigger and a very slight left hip. Third gap will hopefully be a little bigger than what it is currently. So I'm hoping spacing from jump number 1 being the shark fin to jump number 2 being a proper double. Given that more of a space, I'm gonna make it faster, but you'll have a little more time to set up because it's pretty tight to the lip now. So hopefully that'll allow people to stay comfortable with that extra bit of speed, set up for a longer gap there. A longer gap there will hopefully give us more speed into this third one, where we can eliminate this flat bottom and go straight into hopefully a bigger jump, but worst case the same size. To the left of the tree is when you start kind of slightly going uphill. So I'm gonna straighten it out. I'm gonna put it to the right side of the tree, aiming you towards these trees a little more. Now from here, you're kind of straightening up the line quite a bit. and plus it kind of keeps you in line with the yard, because when I look out of my back porch right now, I see this one jump covered in weeds and becoming more and more of a dad. I don't like that view right off my porch. I want to see my green grass, and I want to have the jumps in this jump section of the yard. It'll be a little more aesthetically pleasing. For the ones who have been watching for a while, you may remember we had a long and low right here, and this long and low was actually built because this is where the water runs through the yard. So my whole property is on like a gradual slant. So I dug the pond right where the top of the property runs the water down. Well, I messed up on my grading somehow, and as much as it did go between this jump that was right here, it actually went between there and in front of that jump, leaving the front of the resi jump consistently wet, and it was a low spot of the yard, and it took the longest to dry out of anything. So I'm still gonna put a long and low right here. Where I'm clearing these trees out, I'm still not fully lined up where I need to be going. I'm still facing a little left, and I want to go a little right. So I'm thinking when I build this jump as a slight right hip, this next long and low that's gonna be like the water jump, I think I'm gonna lean it, like shark fin it, like shark fin lip and shark fin landing. So it's still a long and low, but you're kind of leaning and turning the whole time, which I think will be a cool feature, which will allow me to turn even more and go directly into these trees and still be riding the lower side of the property, and then I can bank out where all this water runs, running it between that double. Because the goal is, after this long and low, I want the resi jump to sit exactly where all these trees lie. So after I get jump number 2, after I get jump number 3 and jump number 4, I have to clear all these trees and all this brush to stack the last jump. So I still have almost a month till Halloween and my Halloween jam. Seems like a long time, but it's not long enough. So that's my October yard update. I know I've been a little quiet lately. Honestly, I've just been really enjoying my time at home and not being on the road. Trying to get this stuff prepped up, because the more I have in my yard, more videos I can deliver, more how-tos, and more ways I can expand to spread the cycling knowledge, whether it's BMX or mountain bike or even pit bikes. I bought this yard to have fun. I got 20 acres of pretty much a blank canvas to do whatever I want. So sorry we didn't have too much exciting stuff in this one, just all life news. I'm gonna go pull out the skid steer, get to work moving some jumps so I can deliver you guys a second video, and hopefully it looks like a completely different place in part 2. 27 days and counting, Halloween jam. Let's make it happen. See you guys on the next one. Peace. I almost forgot, new Halloween shirts are out now. Link in the description, 95ridecode.com. Check it out, get yourself a Halloween shirt, support the cause. Later.